Our senior reporter, James Andre, is at the Élysée Presidential Palace where that meeting is taking place. James, first of all, what are the biggest challenges going to be for this new government?
Well, I think quite clearly the biggest challenge, of course, is going to be the economic crisis. You said that Emmanuel Macron said it was the worst since World War II. Well, the economy minister, who has been renamed at his own post, Bruno Le Maire, who is also now the minister for relaunch of the French economy, he says this is going to be a very, very difficult task. And he says it's the worst crisis since 1929. Now, indeed, that is one issue. And then there's another issue, of course, and that is ecology. These are the two objectives for this government for Emmanuel Macron. Barbara Pompili is named the Minister for Ecologic Transition, the minister in charge of this green revolution that the Élysée Palace wants. That and, of course, also a desire to bring back industry here in France. So, indeed, this is a new cabinet, a new government that is indeed here to start work straight away. That's what we've been told. 1/3 of these government members have been renewed, they're new heads. Others have been reshuffled. And, well, indeed, a lot of analysts here in France say this is more of a right-wing government than the previous one. As you know, Emmanuel Macron is at the center. He says he's both right and left. Well, a lot of observers say this is more right. And observers are also saying there are a lot of former ministers from the Nicolas Sarkozy era.
So talk us through who is in this new cabinet. Who's new? Who are the ones to watch?
Now, the ones to watch, the ones that everybody has been talking about, and that includes right here in front of the Élysée Palace earlier on, when 3 feminine militants indeed turned up and started shouting slogans saying that this was a sexist government and there would be an extremist answer to it. Well, that was about Gérald Darmanin. He has been named Interior Minister, and indeed he is being investigated for a case of alleged rape. That indeed it is an ongoing investigation. There's also a very important personality here, which is the new Minister of Justice. That is Dupont-Moretti. He is a very, very well-known lawyer here who has defended a lot of France's highest-profile criminals over the years. He is also very outspoken. He has criticized the Me Too movement. That is one other that was criticized by these 3 feminine who did not give names, but these are clearly the ones that have been talked about in the French press over the past few days. Dupont-Moretti, who is also well known for his quite stark positions about French judges whose union has said this was an act of war. That was a quote. And he said, I'm here to be at war with no one. I'm here to help the justice system and make it better. That was this morning as he took his functions. Another minister that is making a comeback is Roselyne Bachelot. She was the former health minister under Nicolas Sarkozy. She was one who was starkly criticized for buying a very large stock of masks back in the 90s. Well, she turned out to be right, of course, with this pandemic. She's been on all the TVs these past few months, and she is also a very, very well-known and rather appreciated member of the French political scene.
James, thank you for that. France 24's James Andre.